How's everybody doing? Hey, Sarah. How we doing, Vicky? I don't have the other phone charged. Otherwise, I would say do the Instagram thing again. Everyone doing okay? I did a little cemetery walkthrough today, and it was kind of cold. How we doing, Amber? Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, that's what I tried to do. All right. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Julia. Hey, Joanna. Well, nice to hear that, Erica. Hey, Nina. Hey, Robert. How we all doing? I know. My simple cemetery scopes can be so interesting. There was a couple interesting things that came through today, too. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Kathy. Oh, nice. Erica. Hey, Shannon. How we doing? Hello, Eileen. Eileen, we got a couple of things that day. It was a little quiet, but there was definitely some things. I got some stuff was coming through today randomly. Documentaries coming through. I have two more clips I got to go through to give to the producer. One of them was the crazy scream from the Mason at the Bel Air house when that happened to us, and something was warning me not to go back. And then I got to go through this footage during the fall when Dave and I were in the car and I was scoping when it came through saying who he was and why he's following me, reiterating everything. So these are my last two clips to give him, and the 2 minute trailer should be coming soon. So, if any of you guys don't know, I just decided to do a spontaneous crazy trip, a haunted trip, which I'll be live streaming for you guys at the um at the 1886 Crescent Hotel. This place has definitely been on my paranormal bucket list. Um and I'm excited to go. I got 2 nights in a room there, and I spoke to the people that work there. And Thursday night, I will be getting private access to the basement, which used to be a morgue, and I'm really excited to see that. I've never been to Arkansas before, so like I said, as it's starting to get warm, I want to do these types of trips, let you guys experience this stuff with me. And anybody, as always, if you want to throw down for donations to help support these trips, much appreciative. To bring all this great paranormal content to you guys as much as possible throughout this channel and all the different avenues that I'm doing, um, and so forth. So let me I want to show you a picture of the hotel. It's like an old picture, but this place has got loaded with creepy, eerie history, and the whole hotel gets activity. So I'm really excited to check this out. Ghost Adventures and I think Ghost Hunters were there before. So if you want to watch the episode before we go, um, it should be interesting. Oh, sorry about that. So I'm like very, very stoked for that. Hey, Jacqueline. Yes. And uh, actually, Kelly, who actually interviewed me last week, she's actually going to be staying there too. She has a haunted room. And, I've always wanted to go to this hotel. So, I mean, I like these spontaneous trips, um, these adventures. Thank you, Amber. Much appreciative. Yeah, it's a price. This is a pricey trip. I think this is like going to cost me like $1,100 just to do this. I think because I'm booking my flight really late and the hotel room's pretty pricey. But um, I think during the day on Thursday, definitely do like a live stream somewhere in Arkansas of a haunted place as well. But definitely Thursday and Friday night, we'll be investigating um, the uh, the Crescent Hotel. So it's going to be pretty damn interesting. And yes, Saturday is the haunted antique shop. A local team invited me to come with them, and they have it the entire night. And I will be live streaming most of the night this Saturday um, from there. So I have that as well. Oh, well, thank you, Trudy. Well, hey man, that's why you try to, play the TV card sometimes. I'm like, hey, to get the access to the morgue. So that's I kind of did. I told them who I was. So, you know, I want to be able to come there and get all the stuff that comes with the place. Um, if that's one of the crazy features from their haunts, I don't want to just go on a tour with other people. I'd like to get some private time, do some sessions down there. Um, yes, I believe the antique shop has been on Ghost Hunters or Ghost Nation. I'm not sure. Um, hey, Melissa. Tilly Bridge, Kathy, yes, I saw it. I looked it up. I was another place I was looking at. If there's a place we could check out during the day, do a little stream. Like I said, I love going to new states and new places I've never been to before. So, you know, again, as it gets warmer, I just want to do more traveling, more investigating, and just hustle, and just bring a lot of content for you guys to do the live investigations and then edit them down and do the history and voiceover, which I've been, doing, and I'm doing one as we speak, about the demon from The Conjuring 3, Follow Me Home, um, and that creepy stuff, and some video evidence of that, um, which is going to be pretty interesting. Um, and I have so many investigations to go through to do that for. I mean, everything I did in the summer, and then all the stuff I did with Eric and Dave in September and October. Hello, White Lighting Amy. How we doing? Again, as always, thank you guys for liking this video, for coming in here and sharing it out to anyone that would be interested, pages, people, individuals, other humans on the planet. I just don't know about showing videos on here, Kathy, because of like YouTube and rules. I get scared about getting copyright because they got really strict rules in here. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Yeah, thank you so much. Obviously, I want to make sure that you guys are entertained and experience this stuff with me. That's why it's so exciting, to go to these places and have these things go on and compare experiences, talk about it in real time. So it's exciting. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, anyone that just donated towards this. Yeah, 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 yeah. This has definitely been on my paranormal bucket list. How we doing, Scottish Cat? Yes, you can donate toward, on my Facebook or any other avenue, or right here on YouTube too. Thank you, Amber. Much appreciative for that. How we doing, Bill? How we doing, Randy? Hey, Nick. Hello, Marilyn, and from Watertown. Um, well, obviously, we want to search that river. Um, we're looking into that, and as soon as I can update you on something to that nature, I absolutely will. Obviously, spirits led us to that area in the river, and it's kind of like we're trapped, unless we can search the water. So I can't give you more information. I've been up to that river a dozen times, and it just says such crazy stuff. Um, it follows me, it comes through wherever I go. You get little references, some references, and then like a lot of references. So I mean, I pray that we can find something significant connected to it. And as soon as I can update you on something of that nature involving her and her case, absolutely will, trust me, tell all of you guys. Yes. I felt really knocked out. I like laid down. And yeah, I was like dozing off, and I was just kind of trying to take a nap. It was very cold. There were some weird responses coming through there. That was a nasty growl after I prayed. Thank you, Scottish Cat, for the super chat. Oh wow, Marilyn. This is in Connecticut? Is Ansonia, Connecticut? Thank you so much, Erica. Seriously appreciate it. How's which little boy doing? The Delphi murders. I've heard about that. No, I haven't. Um, Well, I'd be glad to look into those sorts of things with missing people. I would love to have my hand to be able to help any people in any instance of bringing closure to a murder or a missing person with what I'm capable of doing from a paranormal perspective. I would love to be able to do that. A psychic did tell me that I would be able to have my hand one day in helping find missing people. And again, anything that I can do to help others with what I'm good at or knowledgeable at, I would love to be a part of. Do they have any spots, Marilyn, where they have suspicions where she may have been or something that I could go to? I do remember hearing about that, Cheryl. Because I mean, I'll go somewhere and see if I feel anything or do some sessions. It's really horrible. So there's a house where they believe the murder took place. Sure, let me know. And obviously, I don't want to offend anybody. You know, I'd be glad to help out in any way. I would love to be able to help in that way. I know these subjects can be sensitive, but in my opinion, if I was a parent or whatever and I lost somebody, um, I would prefer someone to explore any avenue and making an effort to try to find answers, no matter how weird it is. At least someone's trying. That's horrible. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. I just had Eric was messaging me actually. I'm making sure I don't miss any of these. That's really horrible, Marilyn. Okay, Marilyn. Yeah, some wild responses were definitely coming through. Thank you, Brandy. Yes, they are, and I believe it's partly because of my intent to help. Um, some guy came right through and said, "Pray today," and I prayed for him, and then I asked if we were able to help him, and there were like two or three spirits that said he did cross over, and then there was lots of confirmation, and then they were saying that an angel was there, who I just prayed to Saint Michael. I love getting validation like that. This stuff can be scary, and obviously there's eerie moments, but good always conquers evil in the end. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm multitasking. What else is new? Thank you again, everyone who have donated towards this trip and just in general, the content that I try to bring all you guys and do all this stuff. I believe Jennifer is crossed over too. Yes, I believe Fotis is around. There's a demonic presence that's responsible for his soul, that's around him, responsible for him. The growl was nuts today in the cemetery. Um, and wants to keep him in a sadistic rage, full of anger, um, and prevents him from giving information. I think for the most part. I've done a lot of live streams when I was on Periscope for the last year, but now since I've been transitioning to YouTube. And by the way, appreciate everybody who's new to share my channel out to anybody that's interested in the paranormal. You guys know that I'm genuine. What I do here is 100% real. God is my witness, heart and soul. And I think anyone that's in the paranormal, they'll be enjoying the videos I do, because this is where I will be doing my live investigations from now on, and I have a lot planned um, coming up as it gets warmer. Um, so appreciate you just share my channel out and get people to subscribe. Hey, Wacky Witch, thank you so much. Wacky Witch TV, guys. You can should subscribe to her as well. She just interviewed me, really nice. She's really sweet. Um, I was just, telling her to go out and get a spirit box, which she just purchased. I'm gonna help her to figure out how to use it. And at some point, we'll do a collaboration out in California as well. Any excuse to go anywhere warm, anyways, is sure. Well, um, I feel like it's almost like you create your own hell if you kill yourself. Um, because what you feel like you're escaping the pain yourself, but then your soul lives on, and then the guilt, the energy that equates to guilt and the negative emotions of what you've done and how it affects all the people that you care about around you, is something that I think that would keep you in a state that you could be stuck for a while. But I can only speculate to that. Do I think that they're straight to hell? No. I have a friend, a friend that committed suicide, really sad. Um, and he still comes through, and I pray for him all the time, like whenever I can. Um, there's just complicated spiritual situations that go on way beyond what we can think of, but I do think that there is a path towards forgiveness to what they've done, and to go into the light and be at peace. We've wondered if Fotis had sold his soul, and that's something that has come through, how he made a deal. I wonder if he did it in the garage before he committed suicide. I do believe in reincarnation, even though I am um, Catholic. Jesus even reincarnated, came down when I came back to life. Um, I just believe our souls. There's no way our souls are able to learn all the lessons we're capable of learning in one life, and we'll keep coming back to bring a brightness to our soul and be more like God, which is full of unconditional love and forgiveness, to raise our vibration, raise our energy, to be one step closer to God, who is our creator. And that's why we would choose to keep coming back. There's really fascinating, crazy stories of people and being reincarnated and stuff like that. And it's very, very interesting. Firm believer in all. Thank you, Misty. Yes. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Amen. Well, the thing is that they're scared of something further, of judgment. So they don't want to go towards the light because they don't know what's going to happen through that transition. So they'll keep in their human side of emotional and energetic space, consciousness of energy, where they're just you know that's really what a recipe of a ghost is. It's just the consumption of who you are as a human, rather than who you are infinitely as a soul. And that's why there's so many instances of ghosts that are earthbound. My dad's okay for now. Thank you for asking, Trudy. Definitely have my worries about him. Nice, KS. Again, thank you, anyone who donated to my PayPal towards this big trip next week to the haunted hotel in Arkansas. It's going to be a wild adventure. And again, as it gets warmer, I plan to try to do as many trips as I can. to make sure that you guys get to experience some cool locations, all of us. Um, and then just keep editing these videos down from these investigations that are live and review the evidence. And it's something that I think I'm gonna figure out how to do on my Patreon. So when I do live videos, um, I'm gonna do a review of evidence, and I'll show you how I capture evidence, and kind of rewind. I can ask people's opinions about it. I guess I can just put a camera behind me as I look at my laptop. It's something I'm gonna add to Patreon because it's very time consuming. But I mean, you guys who are Patreon members, it's something to be cool to show you um, how I kind of go through evidence and stuff like that, and how I figure out if there's something weird going on. Yeah, 70s next week. Seriously, oh my god. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Tic Tac. It was just a small little cemetery thing, but for my people, thank you, Misty, for the super chat. Um, you know, um, that's what I did a lot of when I first started Periscope. I'd go around to cemeteries, and a lot of people would be like, "Oh, not every cemetery is haunted." I'm like, the stuff that I would get at cemeteries. I'm sure some of you in the chat were here. It's just like, I've had so many crazy experiences because I would constantly be going to cemeteries. I'm like, dude, I always get, I mean, pretty much activity at cemeteries. Like something happens. Um, Yeah, the Save Those Women thing was crazy from this past weekend from the case upstate. And I already told Penny that we would probably return. I couldn't even put the blessed metals out in the property because there was 2 feet of snow out there. There's definitely serious activity going on there, and there was other parts of the property I'd like to, check out the barn and stuff. So at some point, probably go back up there. Oh wow, Marilyn. Hello, Tammy. Hey, Erica. My Patreon link you can get to from my website, SeanDAustin.com. You can do whatever amount. There's options, but I'm gonna update options of what you pay for every month because I'm trying to figure out to add more stuff for the members. I'll be posting like behind the scenes stuff, little clips I don't put online, things of that nature. Yeah, thank you, Josie. My dad's okay right now. It's just he's 88, just got his vaccine, but I have my worries about him. He's really up there, and I don't know. This morning I had like another like eerie dream. Like it's just like I've had evil spirits be saying like he's gonna pass away and stuff, and like he's lucky to be alive at his age, and it definitely worries me. Thank you, Cheryl, so much for the super chat. Thank you, Melissa, for the super chat. Oh wow, that's crazy. Sorry, Josie. Yeah, it's got to be rough for any of us to go through that. My dad had me really late. I mean, had me almost like at 50, so lucky to still have him. Oh wow, Marilyn. Yeah, actually, my aunt, who I never met, she died. I think she was like 10 or 12. Um, she would disappear on the weekend on Sunday all the time. They didn't know where she was. They found out she had scarlet fever. In those days, they didn't have a cure for it. and they'd always end up finding her at the church. They thought she was missing, and then when she was in the hospital, and then she was, the doctors were telling my grandma that she was going to die. Um, and then they went, my grandma was crying and my dad was crying, and they went back into the room. Her name was Missy, and they were just crying. And then Missy said to my grandma, um, "Don't worry, mom. I saw the Virgin, Blessed Mother, Virgin Mary. She said she's gonna take me to heaven." And then she passed away right after that. So, you know, like I said, I mean, that's the blessing to know that there is something after um, death. It is very sad to us because it's hard to grasp. We feel like they're gone, and we can live our life, and we only get little nuances of, based on faith. I mean, that's really what this is all about. I mean, our souls come into our bodies, and we base it on faith, into our situation and our journey in this world, and having these types of paranormal experiences, and you know, it's a huge humbling gift to know that God exists. There is something after death, that this is only a temporary thing, and there is a place and a condition, a feeling of infinite just peace and love. Because I mean, we go through a whirlwind of you know, shit in this planet, and we get little doses of happiness and little things of being content. And we can appreciate those moments when they actually do happen, that are good for us, because they come in small doses. If we were happy all the time and blissfulness, that's again probably another reason why our souls come down here to have a little shitty experience, because if you're feeling perfect in love and la di da with rainbows and unicorns, then you can come down here and have some piles of rhinoceros dung for a little bit. But we all go share through our share of shit. Josie. Um, Indeed. Oh wow, Marilyn. Thank you for sharing that. Um, but again, we all go through our things that we're meant to endure in life. It's different for everyone, but we all have our own versions of the shit we got to go through. And in the times of the biggest struggles for us is an opportunity, to learn and cope through dark moments, and turn into something light, and share it, as an example, um, for something yourself to learn from, to make something dark turn into light, and share it with the world, and help others with the lessons that you've learned. And that's really, I think, what we're supposed to do. And that's really a representation of what God stands for. You know, love others the way you want to be loved. The golden rule, which I always say transcends every single religious belief system out there. Um, Love is love. And I mean, no matter what teachings there are of anything, I mean, we all know what love is. That's right. Wacky Witch. No, we don't have to do that tonight. We can do that next time. Um, Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I had some interesting responses come through. Yeah. Got a lovely, nasty creature like growl right after I prayed. That cemetery, I get really cool stuff at. Some of those cemeteries I go to, I mean, I'm just it's perplexed at the crazy stuff that can come through sometimes. Yeah, Melissa. And that's obviously great. You know, you learned through that experience because it wasn't encouraged for you as a young person, and now you can encourage that for your own children. I keep thinking today's like Friday or something. Yeah, Alfred, what's going on? Yeah, I always tell people if they see their loved ones in their dreams, it's a good chance that they're definitely trying to give you a message and comfort you. Nice, man. Alfred, we're gonna have to hit up some movies soon and hit up that sushi place next to the movie theater. I gotta see that new Godzilla movie. I was obsessed with Godzilla as a kid, like obsessed. Oh wow, Tammy. Empaths in general are BW are sensitive. It doesn't matter what gender they are. It's all about emotions. It's all about sucking up the emotions of other people and spirits too, just in general. And that's why it's good to read up about the symptoms of being clairsentient. I really say clairsentience is same thing, but um, so you can realize how to use it and how others people's emotional spiritual issues don't become yours because you literally can pick up other people's problems and they can become yours. People subconsciously will be drawn to people who have those types of abilities because they subconsciously feel like they're relinquishing and displacing some of their issues by saying it to them because they that's their ability. So that's why I mean myself, I have some of those abilities, and I ground myself every single day to try to scrape off the spiritual barnacles. Yep, Melissa. Kids got to pay attention to them if they speak up about certain things like that. Oh, damn, Tammy. Do I believe there are aliens on other planets? There has to be other life out there. There's like infinite amount of solar systems like us, as if like all the grains of sand on a beach. I bet, Melissa. Yeah, it's a journey to figure out your abilities. It's a game of charades. I get images, I hear words and stuff, and I'm just like swiping like I'm on a dating app. Like, all right, it's not that, it's not for this person. No, because I hear like a reiteration of stuff every day that I hear every. It's monotonous, but you know, having random ghosts around me all the time can be tricky. I'm not a master at like pushing everything away and like focusing on an energy. But sometimes like I'll feel like a presence of a certain spirit and they're pretty strong and then I'm able to kind of connect for a little bit. Um, but I guess I'm still developing my abilities. Like I said, I've only known I've had them for the last 10 years. So interesting, Alfred. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I have to think about that. But going to these places and having your abilities be triggered by certain things, locations, it's like you're walking into a ghostly spiritual gym and you're flexing those spiritual muscles because you're feeling them, you're trying to harness them and use them and learn from them. So it can help you along that journey. Laura, a friend of mine's a big skeptic. I try to prove to him that ghosts are real, and in the process, I had my first experience trying to prove to him at a local cemetery. And a little girl spirit spoke to me on recording, and I saw a shadow little girl. A couple weeks later, at the corner of my bed, that was it. Started going out and investigating, recording EVPs, and you know, just delving into it. And then started reading books. I had my own podcast. I was brought on podcasts. Then it led me to meet Ralph. Did the Demon Files. Kept investigating. Started going all around the country, investigating, linking up with other people, like Dave Spinks and stuff like that, David Weatherly, um, and then writing my first book, and so on and so on. If she was earthbound, I believe she would, Alfred. I do believe that spirits can read your mind because it's something that I realized in the first part of me investigating. When I had this spirit of this girl, the stories in my first book, Shadow Chaser. If you don't have my book, let me know. Be glad to get you a copy. And if you live in the U.S., I can get you a signed copy from my website. Either one of my books. Um, so when I was recording EVPs, I would ask a question, and then I realized some of the times the spirit was actually answering my questions before I asked the question on the recording. So that's why actually now when I even record EVPs, sometimes I'll leave about 3 to 4 seconds in before I ask the question on a recording because they might actually answer your question before that. Thank you, Melissa. But these are all little kinks that I would learn throughout the whole process. Hey, Owen, how you doing? Yes, Amy. I use Audacity, Audacity. It's the best software for EVPs in my opinion, and it's free. It's fantastic, and I still use it to this day. Old Victorian house. Wow. Yeah, something about those old Victorian houses, right, Marilyn? They all seem to be haunted. That's crazy. Nice. Cheers to you too. No problem, Amy. I'm looking into getting my books Audible and on Kindle at some point. Not together, Melissa. I would record the EVPs on Haytel and then you throw it on Audacity for review. Yeah, sometimes the conversation goes really far. Well, you're not supposed to record EVPs in Zach's museum, Amy. Those are the rules. Nice, Erica. It comes in waves, you know? Things come to you very easily, and then things come to you very difficult. It's just like activity. The activity and the veil gets lifted, and then sometimes it's just nothing. It's very quiet. I did it. I did 3 interviews. I did an interview with Kelly. I don't know if she's still in the chat here. She's got her YouTube channel, Kelly's Unexplained. I did Wacky Witch TV. I don't know if she's still here. And then I did another psychic, Danielle, on her Facebook. Nice. Hey, Kelly. Anything crazy happened in your car while investigating? What, today? Or in general? Yes, I did, Diggy. It looks like an interesting place. I was just up in that area back in the fall. Yeah, it was in the fall. Maine's got some interesting historical haunted spots too. Yeah, I've had stuff happen in the car. Yeah, I mean, I had that one positive thing with the Hillview Manor with the spirit. Um, oh, thank you, Wacky Witch. Um, I well, you guys know about the Hillview one where I kept on feeling someone tapping me on my car. I have the video. That's something that I should just I'll make a YouTube video just for that. I'm not allowed to use the footage from Hillview because they got strict, rules at that place. But I can do the footage in my car. Um, that's that small scope. I kept on getting someone touching me on my in my car while I was driving to Hillview, and then I went live on Periscope. And I'm like, guys, seriously, I've never had someone tap me so many times in the car before. I psychically heard the name Sam, and then I'm like, where did you follow me? Is there Sam here? He goes, yes. And I'm like, where'd you follow me from? You follow me from to where I'm going, or are you from the place I'm going to tonight? And it goes Hillview. I'm like, why are you following me? And it says, bring the light, bring the light, asking, waiting for the prayer before I got there. And when I got there, they were saying they were waiting for me to be helped and prayed for. And I have that on video. It's a very positive experience. Yep, the 9/11 thing was really wild for me too. Yeah, I was driving um, through Pennsylvania, and in my peripheral vision, I saw a plane, a shadow of a plane going through the sky in my peripheral vision, and I looked up and it was gone. It was the weirdest thing I ever saw. And then I'm like, what did I just experience? Like, what was that? And I realized where I was on the GPS, and I'm like, wait a minute, where am I? I'm in Pennsylvania. What? And I went on Google to see where I was, and I was on the direct path of United 93 that crashed that day in 9/11. So I ended up going to a location, um, this haunted hotel in Pennsylvania, and I realized the next day that this hotel was 20 minutes from the site, the crash site of the United 93. So Eric and I went there. We did a little session and prayed for the spirits, which I hope that we helped. But yeah, that was another wild, wacky experience in my car recently. I actually can't wait to go over the footage from Selma Mansion because that was creepy. You guys remember when I got a phone call to my phone at the Selma Mansion and it was a no number, and I listened and it's an EVP going, "I'm following you," or "I followed you," or something like that. Oh my god! Yeah, and I play it because I was holding my phone. I was live streaming. I got a phone call, and I'm like, "Who is this?" I don't answer my phone unless there's someone leaves me a message. So I'm like leaving, making sure, and I just listened to it because you couldn't usually it writes out the message, but it couldn't decipher it. And you literally hear this. It's not someone playing a prank or anything. It's some weird ass low voice. It's like, "I followed you," and we had so much activity that night. I remember on video. On video, I had this white light anomaly coming through the door, flies through the door, and Eric's sitting there in front of the fireplace. He's in front of me, and it flies right through the door. And right when it gets to Eric, his whole light and his phone turns off at the same exact time. As soon as this light anomaly gets to him, we had some creepy, weird shit going on that night. That place is really active. I would definitely like to go back to that one. That would be another one of those I'd like to return to. crazy, Tammy. I've felt evil spirits try to possess me, but never happen. Oop. Oh, thank you, Rocky Witch. Yeah, I definitely want to go back to that place. There's some places that I would like to return to. I don't mind going like once or twice, but some of them I've been to so many times. It's I was trying to get over to Letchworth this week, but I didn't sleep till late on that day. It was 50 degrees, but I will go back there for you guys. I haven't gone there on YouTube. I've always gone there on Periscope. I wrote about Letchworth Village in my first book. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place is nuts. Yeah, man. That place is super haunted. Super haunted. And that place can stick with you for a while, too. Not in a good way. I've heard furniture thrown all over the place, doors slamming, people getting scratched, glowing eyes, just, well, it's just nuts. No, it's not the same one. That's upstate New York. Letchworth Village is in Thales, New York, and Haverstraw. That's nuts, Marilyn. Yeah, I don't do seances. Thank you, Owen. Yeah, I'm gonna try to look into that. Abigail's, I've heard about that. I don't have any pets now, but I've had pets that have reacted to paranormal activity or ghosts being around. They're sensitive to it, and you know, you think about children losing their natural gifts as they're in a impressionable stage because parents want to tell them that ghosts aren't real. Um, you can't teach a dog that ghosts aren't real. They're never going to lose that natural gift, so they can pick up and sense stuff without being convinced otherwise. I notice I have to press like the chat button on here and click live chat, and it misses chat until I press it. It's weird. I've been drawn to go back to some locations at Letchworth. I mean, I would always go back there. Yep, cats too. Yep. I mean, if you see a cat or a dog reacting to something's not there, definitely can wonder about it. Yeah, yep. No, it can happen. I've been pulled out of my bed by my ankle, uh, about up until like about a foot in distance. Oh yeah, I've been driving by it, Sarah. I'll definitely be going there. I haven't gone there on YouTube yet, so I'll definitely go back there and make a video about it. Any new tattoos? I don't have any tattoos. Yep, like those. They like to come to us when we're sleeping because again, your subconscious is fully awake, your rational mind's fully asleep, and your natural psychic gifts are most prominent during that time period. And these spirits know that. So whatever the intent of that individual spirit is, um, they will come to you because they have a better chance to communicate and influence the situation within you for whatever that reason is for them. Wow, interesting, Marilyn. One time, my old apartment, all of the strings on my guitar were hit. Ring. I was just sitting in my bedroom, like, okay, that just happened. The craziest conjure? What do you mean, bro? If she's having recurring dreams of the same thing, it's possible. I was coerced to play with a Ouija board many years ago, and I got oppressed after it. I'll never do it again. I've read books on obviously demonology and stuff, and obviously being who I am today. 95% of demonic hauntings start with a Ouija board, and trust me, it don't have to happen to you today or tomorrow. It can happen 10 years from now, and it has nothing to do with the paranormal in your mind, but it has that invitation awaiting to mess with you and cause chaos within your life and everything around you in a time when you would have no clue it has something to do with what you did years before. There's no conception of time in the spirit realm. So once that invitation is open, it is up to that malicious, malevolent force, if it's invited in, when to come out and attack. Yeah, it's in my opinion danger. How's it going, Andrew? Yeah, being at that age can be very terrifying. I mean, I went through a lot of scary stuff. Like it was like my late 20s when it started, as it would anybody. Yep, curses do happen. Yep. I was wondering if the property upstate New York is cursed. All the crazy, horrific things that have happened up there. Hmm. Alfred, well, my number one is the Amityville house, but Poveglia Island would be up there for one of the most messed up places that I'd love to go check out. I mean, it can't hurt to do a house blessing in a house. It's obviously just to make sure there's no negativity in there. It's an old abandoned asylum, very haunted. Well, when you open yourself up, then you're going to get an assortment of experiences and spirits coming to you if you have abilities. I, 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 I just freaked my friend out again in California, and it's happened a couple of times actually with her. I saw her wearing like a gray shirt and like jeans, and I messaged her. I'm like, "Are you wearing like some like gray shirt today?" And she's like, sent me a picture. It's literally what she's wearing today, and she's like, "Dude, what the hell?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that just randomly happened. I must have been remote viewing. I saw her what she was wearing today." I agree, Diggy. I will definitely be doing events face to face as time goes on and people aren't scared as for the COVID stuff. Yeah, I want to be doing lectures in person and meeting everybody and doing investigations. Definitely. Oh, I know Marilyn, but I actually do have an event I'm supposed to be doing in Virginia, I believe, on that date. Um, and people can investigate with me and Dan Clowes from the Hinsdale House. That's the one event I have. I'm supposed to do. I think it's October 30th. I know, Melissa. That place is closing down. The grand old lady. We were supposed to do an event there right before the pandemic hit, and sad. The place is beautiful. Would have loved to do that. There you go. Yeah, she's letting people investigate it, but they're closed. It's not looking good for that hotel. I mean, Alfred. I mean, whoever's willing to listen to me and I can reach to show and how I do things and my approach. I mean, people always will gravitate who they want to in the field and who they resonate with. Um, Obviously, whether or not if I'm able to share my knowledge and help one person or a million people, you're still making a difference. And doing these sorts of things like right now, and you just try to do as much as you can to make the biggest impact possible. With obviously this being what I'm passionate about. No, Mandy, I would go anywhere. That's really messed up. That's uh, that's crazy, Marilyn. Seems like you had some cool experiences. There's always gonna be people that do stupid things, man. Always gonna happen. You can only warn so much. I was mentored in demonology by Ralph Sarchi, retired NYPD sergeant, who was the inspiration for the movie Delivers from Evil. Eric Bana was the star. Um, and then I was on the show with him, 3 episodes of Demon Files. That's who mentored me in demonology. He started out working with Ed and Lorraine Warren, and then he was mentored by Father Malachi Martin and Bishop McKenna, which are our most respected exorcists of our time, in my opinion. Well, I mean, you talk to some people they're a little wackadoo, um, and you know that there's nothing really going on, so you know you can't help them. You don't want to waste your time and effort because you don't charge for this sort of thing. It's you drive these people's homes and we don't charge for a service, so you want to make sure you're helping people that legitimately need help. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Owen. Same to you. I'm gonna try to get this video done for this weekend, get it up for you guys. I'm gonna try. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I have to do this big intro to talk about the story of the boy who was possessed for this next YouTube video, The Conjuring 3, that what it's based off. Um, and then I'm gonna go through some clips and talk about what happened to me. It shouldn't be that hard. It's fun putting this stuff together. It's very time consuming, but I purchased all these cool horror, you know, atmospheric sounds and music stuff, and it's fun kind of picking everything and putting it together. Yep. No, they're taking energy out of a space. Typically, that's why the temperature drops. I do. Most of the time, I usually do get decent sleep. I mean, sometimes I will get interrupted. It's not like, oh my God, Sean, you're surrounded all the time. I mean, I know I am. There's stuff everywhere, but I do sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't be functioning right now. Thank you, Erica, for the super chat. Thank you, everyone who's throwing down some super chats or donations. Um, got this big trip next week, and appreciate helping with that, and just all this stuff I'm trying to make sure you guys experience live and this edited content and paranormal content in general. I have so many investigations that I'm going to be editing and putting up here from the summer, which some of you guys were there watching it. And again, I'll be discovering, I'm sure, more evidence never realized before. Um, I haven't used the SLS in a hot minute. Danielle, you never know. You never know what tomorrow brings. Right now, the only thing I definitively that's coming out is the documentary about the Mason House, and I can't wait to kind of get a rough copy of it and look at it, and all of us be happy with it and make a nice cover for this thing. I would like to do a screening party for it, um, and maybe have like 25 people who can buy tickets to come see it, um, and we could show some behind the scenes stuff that didn't make the cut. Yeah, it's going to be some creepy stuff in there. Yep, Alfred, definitely. Oh yeah, well, definitely dig the bishop, man. Very knowledgeable. Does great work. Him and the sister. Yeah, they'll get to you, Cheryl. Do I like working alone? Well, it depends. It's nice to have an extra pair of hands. If I'm going on a case, that could be kind of wide, big in spectrum. I just do what I must. It's doing the work and helping people. If I have to do it by myself, I'll do it by myself. Ralph did it by himself for many years. Have a good night, Alfred. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it, Danielle. I'm pretty much just going to be working on that YouTube video tonight. It's understandable, Erica. I know how that is. Feels good to share those types of stories, especially when they're something profound for you as an experience. What time is it? 10:15. Any of you guys got any more questions you want to ask me for tonight? Oh, that sucks, Melissa. Yeah, it's always all everyone's stories can be so fascinating. We can all learn something from each other. Thank you, BW. Yeah, I was gonna try to post another song before I take off to Arkansas next week. Eureka Springs. Um, well, I felt very. There was a very unsettling feeling I felt with the Amityville stuff, and the Mason stuff was pretty profound too. Really creepy. Definitely, Penny. That's good. You got that support, Mandy. Bel House. Yeah, the whole thing with that too is nuts. No worries. In the attic in the basement. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Bel Air. You might be seeing that soon, Kelly. Yeah, when we had all the devices on, it was I've never experienced anything like that ever. I literally felt like I was in a room with all of the evil spirits that I've ever encountered all at once, like crazy. Where I got up and I almost left the room. I was seeing the Amityville house. I was seeing all the flies. I was seeing the scaled creature with the three fingers, the beast. I mean, I felt like the Mason, the seven thing from. I mean, everything. The pig thing. Like I felt everything in that room, and it was like I felt like I was just being suffocated, like just with the energy. It was so bad. I felt like we were literally in a real horror movie. Never felt anything like that before, and it didn't happen the same when we put it on the Mason house. We were getting some creepy stuff, but I think it's because that portal is so strong in that house with all the seance that have been done. It was just a combination of just, whew. And people were feeling ill and sick in the chat too, and their animals were acting up. Yeah, absolutely, Cheryl, 100%. Yeah, I know. It was surreal. It was definitely a real life like science fiction horror movie. I felt like we literally opened up the doorway to hell. Never felt anything like that ever. And they were literally saying, "Where are you speaking to us from?" Hell. And all of I was just like, whew. Yeah, that'll be in the documentary, man. That scream is just insane. It's gonna give anyone chills. Hmm. I'll do a review. I mean, I did so many nights there. That shit would take me forever. But that night, that fourth night, I think it was when we did that. I'll do like a review of like that night and edit it down. Hey Vera. Yeah, definitely, Danielle. drink making funky noise. I think it was night 4, I think. Trippy. Penny. Seltzer. Well, guys, I'm probably going to get off here because I'm going to try to get this video done. I want to get a video done per week, and I'm kind of slacking here this week. Um, Again, thank you everyone who's donated or super chatted towards my trip next week in Arkansas. I want to make sure you guys experience that. If you want to donate, PayPal's in the link above, or super chat. Anytime in YouTube. Thank you guys for all the support for bringing all this paranormal content to you guys. I'm gonna try to get this video done so I can upload it so you guys can watch it before the end of the weekend. And then Saturday night, um, I will be investigating that haunted antique shop all night. We have it for all night, so definitely be a lot of investigating. I think you guys will enjoy that. I'm excited. New place, never been there. I don't think I've ever actually investigated an antique shop. I've done a residential case where a homeowner had antiques everywhere, which makes the case very difficult because you don't know which item it is or if it's numerous. You too, Julia. God bless. Thank you. Get going on this video and see what I come up with. I know who it is. I don't know him. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Janelle. Guys, have a wonderful night. Be safe. God bless. And most likely, I'll just I'll see you guys on Saturday when we do the antique shop. Yes, definitely, Sarah. I will definitely be using the SLS there because I think that'll be important to use at a place like that. And also, I'm really humbled too, honored that Gary Galko gave me a call a day or so ago and said he really likes what I've been doing here on YouTube and the investigations and the responses to the spirit box, and he's letting me test out one of his new um, creations, and he's sending it to me next week. And I think he's only sending it out to 2 other people right now to have it before it goes to mass market. And it's Chris Fleming and Zach Bagan. So I was really humbled for him to call me out of nowhere and offer me to try it out. And I think it takes away some of the white noise out of the spirit box. So um, again, thank you to him for that. And I'm excited to get that piece of equipment and try it out. And hopefully I can get it before I go to Arkansas and learn how to use it. So there's that as well. So again, thank you guys all. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you for all the support as always. And looking forward to Saturday. Thank you, Penny. Will do. All right, guys. Later.